Played down the line. Little flick round the corner, doesn't come off for Finland. And Russia have it again. They're giving the ball away too cheaply here, Finland. Russia have it again on the right foot here of Miranchuk. Fed in towards Juba. He's onside this time. Goes for a shot. And he's hit the post. Artem Juba. Time seemed to stop still as he received the ball. Finland wanted a free kick for offside. Now the flag goes up. And Juba was indeed offside. Finland stopped playing, though. And he was only just offside when he received that ball. Very cleverly fed into him by Miranchuk. Turned shot. Hit the post. But he wouldn't have counted, as we now know, from the linesman's late flag. Good start to this game. Inside the first 15 minutes, we've had a goal disallowed. We've had a couple of really good opportunities for Russia as well. But it's still goalless. A game that Russia really have to win after their opening game defeat. They've got Denmark to come as well in this group. The Belgium-Denmark game takes place tomorrow in Copenhagen, that one. As here come Finland through midfield. Robin Lod playing it over the top, looking for Timo Pukki, headed away by the Russian defence. Picked up by Poyanpalo, who's dribbling inside the penalty. He gets onto his right foot. Can he get the shot away? He took a swing and he missed it completely under pressure from two Russian defenders. And they somehow scramble it away. But defensive deficiencies could well cost us. That's good skill from Golovan, though. He's shown a good turn of pace as well to get away from a defender. Running down the left-hand side, he's made about 50 yards before a challenge from Raitala puts it out for a throw. But Russia take it quickly. Really good impetus in this game from them. And they have it again over on that left-hand side. Golovan makes a run. Is ignored. As it goes back to Njikaya. And now the back man is Divayev. Baranov over to the right of that back three. Bags of space, plays it in towards the front players. Knocked away by defender O'Shaughnessy. Comes back towards Miranchuk, who tries to thread it out towards Golovan. They weren't on the same wavelength. Golovan had made the run. It's played behind him. And it's going to be a throw-in. Poyanpalo was just trying to line up a shot there in the penalty area moments ago when he accidentally kicked the ball with his standing leg and took it away from the one he was trying to swing to take a right-footed shot. That was the embarrassing fresh air effort from him. Poyanpalo was absolutely surrounded by defenders, though, so it was always going to be a tough ask to thread one through. Finland 0, Russia 0. 15 minutes gone in this Euro 2020 clash. Markku Kanerva, the Finnish coach, looks very studious, almost Arsene Wenger-like with those glasses on in the Finnish dugout. As Russia have the ball. It's Baranov out towards Fernandez, flicked over the top, looking for the run of Magomed Odzoyev, but this time it's won back by Finland, who come through midfield. Schuller knocks it back now to Toivo. He's got Raitala out to the right-hand side, and he plays a first-time ball up towards Pukki. Loose touch back from him, but it will go straight to Artem Juba, who tries to lay it off. No support there for him, cleared by Toivo up to the halfway line. Russia get it back. A few mistakes in this game. There's a foul there by an over-enthusiastic Pukki on Zobnin. And the referee awards a free kick and nothing else. The Norwich striker apologises to Raman Zobnin, the Spartak Moscow defender. Just caught him on his ankle there as he tried to turn back away from Pukki, who was rather committed to the challenge. Finland 0, Russia 0, with quite an electric start to this game being made by Finland, who thought they got the opening goal, but for it to be ruled out by VAR for a very marginal offside. Russia have the ball again now, with a long ball forward by Divayev, trying to seek out Mario Fernandez down the right. It's headed away by O'Shaughnessy. It's a decent header as well, and knocks it out for the throw, not a corner. Miranchuk's come across to take it, lobs it back now to Baranov and gets it again. Miranchuk, the Atalanta star, plays his football in Serie A and played some Champions League football last season, as he gets it again now. Knocks it back to Baranov. Here comes Odzoyev with a sort of loopy cross towards Juba. Flicks it on, looking for a Golovan far post. Headed it back in, and Paulus Arayuri makes the clearance. A high one, which comes down near Golovan once more, but it's eventually knocked away by Lod. It's a good ball up towards Pukki. Can't quite gather it, though. And once more, Russia are strangling them in midfield. Finally, Kamara gets his foot on the ball, tries to win a free kick, has to poke it back towards Schuller. And then it's threaded up towards Pukki on the half turn. He's got Poyampala making a run ahead of him. It's over the top, looking for the goal scorer from Finland's first game. But I think that pass is going to elude him. And it is indeed cleared by Russia. We have it with Golovin. Out to the left once more for the wing-back Dala Kuzhayev. Slow build-up now from Russia. They've just dropped the pace a little bit, controlling the play. Golovin looks at the overlap there from Kuzhayev, ignores it, goes inside instead. Back now to Georgi Jikaya, the Spartak Moscow man. He goes for a little run forward, but the man dropped back in to fill in for his position. And so Russia try over to the right now with Barinov. Now finding Odjoyev. He's put a few crosses in. This one's a deep one to the far post. Nobody there in red. It's cleared by Finland, and Raitala fed back into the box there. Scrappy ball, which two Finns drop, and it almost drops for Juba. They got in each other's way, the two defenders for Finland. One of them was Paulus Arajuri. He almost headed it straight to Juba, who was a bit slow to react there, possibly on his heels, not expecting the ball to come. And Finland scraped it away as a consequence. But I think it's fair to say neither of these defences look to be top quality Euro 2020 backlines at the moment. And there's a real prospect of goals in this match, which I hope isn't a commentator's curse on the game. Played by Hradetsky up to the halfway line again, given away by Finland. Now Russia take over. Moving it forward with menace here is Raman Zobnin. And they have it now with Miranchuk on his right foot, crossing deep to the far post. Odjoyev made the run. He just got underneath the ball, though, and it goes over his head and behind for a goal kick. Looking at Mario Fernandez, I beg your pardon, who was the intended recipient of that cross. We played just less than 20 minutes in St. Petersburg. It's still Russia 0, Finland 0. An electric start to the game in which Finland thought they'd scored after 3 minutes when Russia gave the ball away. Cross came in. Poyampalo headed home like he did against Denmark, but this one was chalked off by VAR for offside. Russia went on the attack, had a couple of really good chances. One fell to Magomed Odjoyev, who skied it from about 10 yards out when he really should have tested the keeper. And Hradetsky was absolutely rooted when Juba hit the woodwork with a shot, but he was offside in the build-up, and that wouldn't have counted anyway. But Russia, not great defensively, but do look quite good going forward. It's still goalless, though, in St. Petersburg. Russia 0, Finland 0. That's where we are at the moment in this one, with about just less than 20 minutes gone, really. And maybe a chance for Finland a few moments ago before a last-ditch challenge came in and stopped Poyampalo putting it in. It's going to go behind for a corner. So what can they do from this corner now? With, like I say, 20 minutes gone, Finland, I think this is their first corner of the match. And it comes after that shot from Poyampala was the subject of a last-ditch challenge that put it behind for a corner. But didn't come to anything from Finland, and Russia have the ball again. "21 minutes gone. Russia push it forward, intercepted by Finland in midfield. Schuller now finds Kamara, gets it back again. Looks for the overlap there of Urunen, but he's gone too soon. Kamara gets it, tries to push it back to Robin Lod. He's fouled. The referee's given it the other way, though. You've seen Kamara stretching for the ball, foul the Russian player who went down at the same time. And that decision's gone against Finland, which Kamara disputes, the Rangers man. And it remains 0-0. Referee's taken the name of Glenn Kamara for that challenge. Didn't look to be too much in it. I thought he possibly even slipped, but Glenn Kamara's gone in the book for that challenge on Magomed Odjoyev. Possibly Odjoyev screaming was something that Kamara took issue with. Russia have it now over the halfway line, and then going back into their own territory with Golovin. the Monaco star of the World Cup as well, wasn't he? That run they made to the knockout rounds. That's now 3 years ago, though. Still the backbone of that squad is with Russia here, and Cherchesov, of course, continuation from his time as manager at the World Cup. There's a chance for Golovin to operate on the edge of the box, crosses one to the far post, headed up in the air. Chance for Juba, can't quite control it, and it goes behind for a goal kick. I think it was Mario Fernandes again in the penalty area, causing a nuisance at the far post, headed it back towards Juba. Juba couldn't quite stretch a leg out to flick it towards goal, and he went behind for the goal kick. So Fernandes fell very awkwardly when he made that header as well, so he might need some treatment as a result of that. And in fact he will, so the medical staff are to deal with Mario Fernandes, possible back injury here. It's a painful fall for him as he overbalanced trying to head that one back towards Juba, and he's gotten some freeze spray on his back now. Substitutes warming up for Russia right now, just in case Fernandes can't continue. And it's looking a little bit concerning here for Mario Fernandes. CSKA Moscow man. Might be a shoulder problem, which can be very awkward. He's very experienced, Mario Fernandes. 30 caps, 5 goals for Russia. I think I mentioned before, he was actually born in Brazil, but a naturalised Russian international. Actually had 1 cap for Brazil as well early in his career. And he's debuted in a 4-0 friendly victory against Japan for the country of his birth, but after securing Russian citizenship was called up to the squad in 2016 and never really looked back. He's been virtually a fixture in the side since then, certainly since the World Cup anyway. I think he's going to be alright here. He's going to get decent applause as he's helped to his feet. Medical staff are still around him. I think no, they are going to make a change here, Russia. So they've decided that Fernandes' injury is not going to clear up in the time it's required. So here comes the change. We need to send on Vyacheslav Karavayev for Mario Fernandes. Looks a like-for-like change. Vyacheslav Karavayev, the replacement. He's 26-year-old Zenit St. Petersburg defender. He scored 2 goals with 14 caps to his name, so he's got an eye for goal. And he's normally a right back, but I think he's going to be playing right wing back on this occasion, after that injury sustained by Mario Fernandes. Stanislav Cherchesov just getting some instructions onto his team at this moment. Raman Zobnin is the one who's just had a bit of coaching from the sidelines. change is about to be made, though. Could be probably 4 to 5 minutes of stoppage time added on at the end of the first half as a result of this injury to Mario Fernandes. He's getting good applause from the Russian fans as he leaves the pitch on a stretcher. So a painful one for Mario Fernandes. Finland gets restarted and played up towards Poyampalo, who holds it up under pressure. Tries to win a throw-in, but Russia have done well, stolen it back from him. Magomed Odjoyev there doing well. In fact, no, it was a substitute, wasn't it? Kalavayev, Vyacheslav, who's straight into the action. Russia have it over on the left now with Dela Kuzhayev. Deep cross towards Juba. Kalavayev picks it up in an attacking position, right-hand side. Tries to go on the outside feeder crossing. It's half cleared by Finland towards the edge of the penalty area. Picked up by two Russians, collide with each other. The referee's blown up anyway for a free kick. Not sure what he's going to get a yellow card out as well, so he's had enough of any infringements today. I think it's Baranov who's got into the book. Just a few minutes after Glenn Kamara went in. The referee's evened it up now with a second yellow card in the match. And he has a tug on Glenn Kamara, which the referee spotted. And right in front of the referee's nose, you're not going to get away with those. Dmitry Baranov joins Kamara in the referee's notepad. Here is Kamara on the ball now, trying to thread it through towards Poyampalo, but Baranov slips, as it could be a chance here for Timo Pukki. Pukki into the penalty area. Can he get onto his right foot for a shot? No, good covering comes across there from Dela Kuzhayev just for a moment. Igor Divayev slipped, and it all opened up for Timo Pukki, but he wanted it on his right foot, and by trying to get it on that favoured side, it allowed the defender, Georgi Chikaya, it should have been actually, Georgi Chikaya to make the last-ditch challenge. And Russia now have the ball inside the Finnish half. Both these sides, like I say, defensively look very vulnerable. Golovan, can he exploit it? Low into Miranchuk, back towards Golovan. Foot in there from Schuller. And a clearance up towards the halfway line, but nobody in white to gather it. It's just coming straight back at Finland. Russia have dominated possession so far, and the territory as well. It's gone with it. 67% possession for Russia. As it looks like there might be an issue here. An injury is there a slight injury for one of the Russian defenders? Well, no, they play on. Maybe they're trying to kid the Finns there that they were going to put the ball out and they didn't. But in the end, it does now go out for a Finnish throw. Raitala got a challenge in and it came off Golovan. Finland 0, Russia 0. Less than half an hour gone. But probably less than 25 minutes gone of real play in this game because of that long injury break, because of Mario Fernandes' back problem. The stadium at St. Petersburg is almost fully in shadow at the moment, but a bright sunny day. A lot of the stands are in full sun with socially distanced spectators. By no means a full capacity stadium, this one. I know we had a full ground in Hungary yesterday, didn't we, for the Hungary versus Portugal game, but I'd say this one is about half to a third full. Cross goes in from Russia towards Juba, trying to make a nuisance of himself, wins the first header. It's flicked back towards Juba for a second chance. He heads it down and it's scrambled away by the Finns at the back post. I'm sure they're well aware of Juba's aerial prowess and how Russia will target him in those tight areas. And they've just about dealt with that one. Got it away for a throw-in, taken by substitute Kalavayev. Back to Baranov. Kalavayev again, first time ball linking up with Miranchuk. Miranchuk tries to go on the outside of the defender. O'Shaughnessy comes across, covers and clears out for a throw, which Russia already have taken. Back to Miranchuk. Back heels it, asking a lot of Odjoyev, but he gathers it and crosses low to the near post. It's again scrambled behind for another corner by Finland. And they're coming under some pressure here. That was Ulanen's flying header to put it behind. About half an hour on the clock then. And another Russian corner. Jikaya and Divayev have come up from the back. Juba is obviously the primary target, I would say, as Golovan prepares to take it, right-footed from the right towards the far post and headed over the bar by Divayev, who came up, couldn't keep his header down, and it flies over the crossbar. Nice climb from Igor Divayev, but he was off balance, and although he got a good contact, it was coming off his forehead and up rather than down towards the goal, which would have been the threat to Lukas Radecki. So at the moment, honours even in terms of the scoreline, but Russia, I would say, now becoming increasingly confident and dominant in the game. As the referee spotted an infringement on the edge of the box, it's going to be a free kick to Finland. And that foul was by Kuzayev. And it was just caught Rasmus Schuller there, the Djurgården's midfielder, who's the one change to their side that beat Denmark. Free kick taken by Paulus Arayuri. O'Shaughnessy. That's a nice pass, finding Glenn Kamara breaking into space inside the Russian half. He's got acres of space down the left-hand side. Can he deliver a cross? Nobody up there with him. He has to wait for the cavalry to arrive, and Urunen. Back to Kamara. Back to O'Shaughnessy now near the halfway line. Urunen again. Kamara. Back to Yuri Urunen. Flicked inside. A little 1-2 with Robin Lod. Robin Lod's in the penalty area. He couldn't get the shot away. Now it fell very kindly to either Poyampalo or Pukki. I think it was Pukki who had the shot, and he's dragged it wide. The referee may have seen infringement in the build-up there, and he might have blown the whistle just prior to that. No, I don't think he did. Russia wanted a free kick. The referee, I think, he might have blown up, actually. I think he had his whistle to his lips as the striker was taking the shot. The Norwich striker was taking the shot there, Pukki. He perhaps didn't know at the time he hit the shot that he wouldn't have countered. It wasn't a great effort, to be honest. He had a real look at the goal there and failed to hit the target from about 15 yards out. So into the 33rd minute of this Euro 2020 contest. Russia on the ball. Have it here with Barinov. Down the line for Kadavayev. Barinov again. Advancing to about 25 yards out. Trying to slip it towards Magomed Odjoy. In fact, it was Miranchuk there who's dispossessed by O'Shaughnessy, who clears it down the line. It's a good clearance. Russia have got a throw in about 30 yards out, which they take back towards Barinov. He switches the play with the ball, and it's a lazy ball out to the left-hand side. It's going to force Jikaya all the way back, but he will keep it in. And Russia build again. Through Barinov, seeing plenty of the ball on the right side of a defensive trio. Kadavayev, left-footed ball, goes straight through Zobnin towards Golovan. Golovan drops the shoulder, comes in on his right foot, still going, rides a tackle, the ball breaks back to Kamara. Golovan goes into a challenge, Kamara comes away from it. Kamara then goes over a tackle from Magomed Odjoyev, and that's going to be another yellow card. And it's the yellow card for the player who was fouled by Kamara earlier on in the half. So he now becomes the second Russian booked. And I think it's clear to say this referee is not standing on any nonsense from any of the players. He's, well, not necessarily nonsense, but literally every foul has been penalised in this game, or more or less every foul. But it remains 0-0. So more than half an hour gone at the St. Petersburg Stadium, where it's still Russia 0, Finland 0. Russia have been the better side, though, and look a constant menace when the ball's played up towards Artem Djuba. Having said that, though, a couple of opportunities on the counter-attack for Finland. Johan Poyampalo, who thought he'd scored after 3 minutes, that was chalked off for VAR. Has another opportunity which took a last-ditch tackle from Igor Divayev to put it behind for a corner. We've also seen Poyampalo trying to wriggle away inside the penalty area and strike a shot when he took a fresh air shot under massive pressure, but it did look promising at the time. But Russia, like I say, have been a more creative force so far. Miranchuk and Golovan look very, very good, but they still haven't quite got the ball to Djuba for that all-important opening goal. It remains Russia 0, Finland 0. So that's where we are at the moment, as we have about 10 minutes left in the first half. Russia still in possession, left-hand side. They go back to Georgi Jikaya. And ferry it forward again. Russia looking to bounce back from that opening defeat to Belgium. Finland looking to build on their slightly controversial victory over Denmark. Plenty thought that game should not have been played and really should have been taken out of the players' hands, making the decision over whether it was played later in the evening on the day of the Christian Eriksen collapse. Cross goes in towards Odjoyev and he gets the header in, but really under massive pressure, couldn't do much with it, and goes behind for a goal kick. Robin Lod puts his thumbs up there. He thought the pass to him was good enough, but he couldn't gather it, and it's out for a throw into Russia. Here come Russia down the left with Jikaya. And now Golovan with the bright yellow boots goes back to one of his defenders, and it's eventually played all the way back to Matvei Safonov, the keeper. Hasn't really been worked by Finland as yet, although the ball has been put past him once. As Russia try and work it down the left again. They might get some progress here with the flying fullback Kujayev to ball towards the far post. Oh, it should have been finished off. Great work. Fantastic ball played in by Kujayev towards the back post on the run. And I couldn't quite see who it was. It might have been a substitute. Karavayev was trying to get on the end of it. He's injured himself on the post as he's gone sliding in, but it's brilliant defensive work by Euronen. Jiri Euronen there has just enough to smuggle it behind, and then the collision of the Russian player hitting the post looks a bad one. So hopefully he's going to be okay. I think it is the substitute, isn't it? Which could mean that we have a substituted if he can't recover from this. But he flung himself at it there, did Karavayev, and he's hit, I think his hip or his upper part of his thigh against the woodwork as he tried to put it in. But great work from the defender. Uronen. Jiri Uronen, the Genk defender, 1 goal in 51 caps now for his country. But it's a painful one for his opposite number. And the player still receiving treatment actually down there by the goal frame. It's going to be just hauled back to his feet here, so it looks like he might be alright to count. He's limping though. This is another headache for Stanislav Cherchesov, who's lost 1 full-back already, 1 wing-back already, Mario Fernandez. He'll be keen to try and carry on here. Karavayev. So, Karavayev still hobbling. They have a dead leg, actually, which would be hard to recover from. But Russia have got a corner as a result of that good clearance from Uronen. So what can they do from this set piece? It's Golovan to take. About 7 minutes before half-time, plus some stoppage time. It's played in low towards the near post, flicked on, and the referee spotted an infringement in there. Foul on a Finnish defender. It will be a free kick. So Paulus Arajuri was a player who was fouled. Gets back to his feet. But yeah, it's like a few of the players in the wars at the moment. Of course, this is a bit of a border skirmish, isn't it? Russia and Finland have a border in Europe. And now Fredetsky takes the goal kick. Pumping one deep in towards Russian territory. It's held up well by Pukki. Played back to Kamara. Now Robin Lod gets on the ball. Out towards Uronen. Fed in towards Lod again. He stumbled as he tried to take it, and it just spoons off his boot and goes behind for a goal kick. An awkward take there from the Minnesota United man. 2 players in this team, Raitala and Lod, both playing the MLS for the same squad in Minnesota. Goal kick to be taken by Matvei Safonov. The intensity of this game has just dropped a couple of notches, as you'd expect in the bright, sunny and warm conditions in Russia today. They'll be looking forward to the half-time refreshments, I think. But I would say Russia just about on top in terms of territory and the amount of passes and threatening passes they've put into the Finnish penalty area. Finland trying to play on the break here, as they are with Pukki. Pukki felt he was impeded there, maybe an arm across the face. He goes down holding his own face with Baranov in close proximity. There was a little bit of contact there, but I'm not sure if Baranov's going to receive a yellow card for that or not. The referee has given the free kick, I think, to Finland. And did he show the yellow card there to Baranov as well? Well, if he did, he can't have done because Baranov's already on a yellow card, isn't he? So, Finland 0, Russia 0. 5 minutes to go until half-time, plus some stoppage time. As this free kick is taken by O'Shaughnessy. Played in towards Pukki, tries to link up with Poyampalo before it's cleared. Back to the halfway line for Russia. Finland pick it up again, though. And in fact, the referee spotted a foul. And he's just starting to involve himself in the game here, this official. As Russia now have a free kick, which is played across to the right and chipped into the penalty area. Headed away by Finland. Comes back to Karavayev. Seems okay after that collision with the woodwork. Back to Miranchuk. Now Baranov. And Zobnin forced back by Finland pressing. And now Divayev has to knock it back to his goalkeeper. Played first time by Safanov up to the halfway line. Finland win the header. It drops now to Golovan. Alexander Golovan in a deep position. Socks sort of almost rolled down as he plays that one through, looking for Juba, but it's gone straight to the Finnish defender, cleared by O'Shaughnessy. Poor clearance, though, finds Baranov. There's a chance for Russia coming through midfield. Sliding challenge from Paulos Arayuri knocks it away. Again, it's scrappy in the midfield as it goes all the way back to Matvei Safanov. Russia down the left now with Kuzyayev overlapping. Golovan feeds it inside towards Miranchuk. Laid off. He's got support now from Odjoyev. Here's Miranchuk, edge of the box, feeding Juba. It comes to Karavayev, laid back for Baranov to strike. It's across the 6-yard box before it's cleared by Finland. And Russia knocking on the door, but unable to find that clear sight of Lukas Radetzky's goal. And they'll come again here with Jikaya. Out to Kuzyayev. Golovan. Lifting a cross in, headed clear at the near post by Toivo, and out for a throw-in. Kuzyayev becoming a growing influence on that left-hand side in this game. Mario Fernandez was the main outlet in the early stages down the right, linking up well with Odjoyev. Russia have it again inside the penalty area, flicking it towards Baranov, who's just outside the box. Had to go back to retrieve it, thought about the cross, plays it instead to Karavayev. And now Miranchuk, half a yard of space for him. No, it's Odjoyev who crosses it towards the centre of goal. And now they try and get a shot in before a challenge from Finland knocks it away. Maybe just over-elaborating slightly, Russia here. And then they give the ball away, trying to thread it through as it goes to Lukas Radetzky. But they'll need the half-time break here, Finland, because they really are being put under severe pressure by Russia now. And Golovan, who was trying to get the shot away moments ago before the challenge came in on the edge of the box. Good one from Rasmus Schuller. Finland play over the top. And rather better defending there by Igor Divayev. Knocks it back to Safanov. And they'll instead work it down the left-hand side now, Russia. Goes back to Jikaya on the halfway line. Finland have got about 10 men behind the ball now. As Russia have it on the right with Baranov. Karavayev back to Baranov. And Zobnin. Now there's a foul there on, I think it was Raman Zobnin by Jiri Uranen. The referee's given a throw-in, so it's not a free kick. Odjoyev to take. As we enter the final minutes of the half, there will be some stoppage time to add on as well, though, for the injuries we've had. Two significant injuries to Mario Fernandez and Karavayev, but Karavayev is still on. He was Fernandez's replacement anyway. There's a mistake in the Finland box as Russia put a cross in, but they somehow scrape it away. Comes back to Jikaya. Chips it in towards Juba. Radetzky comes to claim over the top of one of his defenders' heads, and it's a good catch from Lukas Radetzky. And it remains goalless. As we see, there'll be possibly 5 minutes of stoppage time to add on, I think, now. The 6 minutes has gone up, actually. 6 minutes on the board as they play on here with Kamara. Back to Uranen. Kamara plays it across to the other side of the park. And Toivo out towards Raitala. First time ball, looking to get things going, but it's messed up there by his teammate. And Russia break again now with Miranchuk. Miranchuk wants it on his right. He's threaded it through. They've got a good break here. It's 3-on-3 briefly. Then the pass goes astray, looking to play it towards Kujayev on that left-hand side. Cross goes in towards the back post. Djuba's pulled away, heads it up in the air harmlessly as far as Finland are concerned. They wanted offside against Djuba, who's retrieved the ball, threaded it very tightly towards a teammate, Miranchuk, who can't cross as it's knocked away by Finland once more. But they are really falling deeper and deeper now, Finland, in first half stoppage time, and you get the sense that they are defending far too deep really now. Djuba's given the ball away though, outside the penalty area. First time he's really been in that kind of wide area at all in the game. And now Finland lose it in midfield once more. Russia, quick to pick up the pieces. Odjoyev thought about the shot, instead played it inside towards Miranchuk. Djuba laid it off back to Miranchuk. Miranchuk onto his left foot, goes for goal. Oh, what a goal from Alexei Miranchuk. We thought that the Finns were defending deeper and deeper, and they have been punished. Right on the stroke of half-time, a little 1-2 with Artem Djuba, and Miranchuk has picked out a lovely left-footed chip towards the top corner to make it 1-0 to the half. And first half stoppage time, it's now Russia 1, Finland 0. Alexei Miranchuk with the goal. Fantastic finish from him after playing a 1-2 with Artem Djuba on the edge of the penalty area. Finland have been dropping deeper and deeper in the final minutes of this half. 6 minutes of stoppage time were played after 2 injuries earlier in the half, and they just fell too deep on this occasion for Miranchuk to just get the ball onto his left foot and just curl it beyond Lukas Radetzky from about 12 yards out into the top corner from close range. Lovely little chip finish from Miranchuk, beating the Finnish defence and the goalkeeper, who couldn't keep it out. Finland 0, Russia 1 just before half-time. Yeah, what a time to score as well for Russia. They had been knocking on the door, but just before half-time. This one won't be cancelled by VAR. Nothing wrong with that goal, I don't think, from the replays I've seen in the build-up. It is going to stick. They've kicked off, and it's Russia who have the opening goal in this contest. Russia 1, Finland 0. As there could be a chance, well, little chance I would say, for Finland to get back into this game now before half-time. A stoppage time goal from Alexei Miranchuk separating the sides now. As Russia get the ball down in midfield. Jikaya over to Kujayev, fed back to the goalkeeper. This will really please Stanislav Cherchesov, that his side have been patient and got their goal through some nice link-up play with Djuba and Miranchuk on the edge of the box. Russia win a throw-in now on the right. Djuba's demanding the ball, comes into him now. His confidence is soaring right now for his role in the goal. The Russian skipper. Russia come forward again down the left. Golovan comes inside, finds the goal scorer Miranchuk on the edge of the box. Back to Golovan. Now to the right they come with Karavayev. Golovan once more. In fact, it's Odjoyev here, who's got a chance to cross. Instead he plays it back to Golovan. His ball goes in towards Djuba, gets the header in, and it's straight at the goalkeeper. What a chance. Well fashioned as well. Golovan's cross, picking out Djuba, isolated against the defender at the far post. He got the powerful header in, but it was straight to the goalkeeper. But he's a real threat in the air, Artem Djuba. His goal record for club and country would prove that. And when you can get that kind of quality into him, then he's going to cause danger. Here's Uranen for Finland now. Maybe one last chance for them before half-time on the counter-attack. Poyanpalo back to Jere Uranen. He's got Kamara coming up in support. They need to be quick here because there's only a minute and a half of stoppage time to go. They play it back to O'Shaughnessy. He threads it through the line to Kamara. Lod back to Kamara. It's a risky ball. Kamara's pace gets him on the end of it though. Fashions a chance here for Uranen to cross. Puts it in as an attempted overhead kick there from Puki. Oh no, it was Poyanpalo at the far post, which he never got round. And it goes behind for a goal kick, and that will probably be it for the first half. By the time the goal kick is taken, Russia will be quite happy going into half-time with that 1-goal lead. And I think they probably just about deserved it. They won't want half-time to come, but they have at least got some reward for the dominance they've had in the first 50 minutes now. We're into the 51st minute, which should be the final minute of stoppage time. Finland win a header in midfield. It drops now to Kanavayev, who comes down the right, feeds it into Juba. Poor layoff from him, though, straight to a Finnish player. Pukki takes it on, goes past one defender, keeps on going here. Can he fashion something here late on in the half? He's up against Divayev, the last defender. Defender scurrying back though for Russia, knocks it back to Lod. Swept across to the right here, and they're supporting the Raitala. 3 in the box to aim for. He puts a cross in towards Poyenpalo over his head. Cleared by Baranov. Up in the air, the referee spotted it offside, I think, in all that. And it will be a free kick, and that will probably be it for the first half in St. Petersburg by the time the set piece is taken. It was a foul, actually, not a free kick. It was a foul by Poyenpalo as he jumped with the Russian defender Georgi Jikaya. So it looks like that's going to be it for the first half then. When this free kick is taken, they'll be heading off. In fact, the referee's blown up already before they even head off. So at half-time. It's half-time at St. Petersburg, and it's Russia 1, Finland 0 in this Euro 2020 Group B game. But Finland thought they scored inside the first 3 minutes when Russia gave the ball away. Early cross from Raitala, picked out Poyenpalo, powered the header home. But the VAR official spotted a slight offside from the striker. Russia piled on the pressure. After that, they had opportunities. Odjoyev missed a gilt-edged one. But just before half-time, great play by Miranchuk, and Jubu sent it back to Miranchuk to chip it beyond the keeper. Radetsky at the far post gave Russia the lead. At half-time, it's Russia 1, Finland 0.
Posts say it's coming soon. The pressure been rising, they stressing and trying, but know that they doomed. Ain't dropping no remix.
It's half-time in St. Petersburg, and it's Russia 1, Finland 0 in this Euro 2020 Group B game. But Finland thought they scored inside the first 3 minutes when Russia gave the ball away. Early cross from Raitala, picked out Poyenpalo, powered the header home. But the VAR official spotted a slight offside from the striker. Russia piled on the pressure. After that, they had opportunities. Odjoyev missed a gilt-edged one. But just before half-time, great play by Miranchuk, and Jubu sent it back to Miranchuk to chip it beyond the keeper. Radetsky at the far post gave Russia the lead. At half-time, it's Russia 1, Finland 0. It's half-time in St. Petersburg, and it's Russia 1, Finland 0 in this Euro 2020 Group B game. But Finland thought they scored inside the first 3 minutes when Russia gave the ball away. Early cross from Raitala, picked out Poyenpalo, powered the header home. But the VAR official spotted a slight offside from the striker. Russia piled on the pressure. After that, they had opportunities. Odjoyev missed a gilt-edged one. But just before half-time, great play by Miranchuk, and Jubu sent it back to Miranchuk to chip it beyond the keeper. Radetsky at the far post gave Russia the lead. At half-time, it's Russia 1, Finland 0. It's half-time in St. Petersburg, and it's Russia 1, Finland 0 in this Euro 2020 Group B game. But Finland thought they scored inside the first 3 minutes when Russia gave the ball away. Early cross from Raitala, picked out Poyenpalo, powered the header home. But the VAR official spotted a slight offside from the striker. Russia piled on the pressure. After that, they had opportunities. Odjoyev missed a gilt-edged one. But just before half-time, great play by Miranchuk, and Jubu sent it back to Miranchuk to chip it beyond the keeper. Radetsky at the far post gave Russia the lead. At half-time, it's Russia 1, Finland 0. It's half-time in St. Petersburg, and it's Russia 1, Finland 0 in this Euro 2020 Group B.
I said how it's up, bitch I'm blowing up, I'm so high right now, I don't know the months, I get my bag on gone, I be too geek, these labels know I'm on, they tryna talk to me, BB Simmons on my waist, I be shining, she ain't never heard of me, but now she in my line, please don't hit my phone telling me it's perfect timing, I've been on it for years, shawty, I've been grinding, didn't know I'd be sad after all this. If I fall, she gon' leave, that's regardless. She broke my heart, I ain't felt the same since August. If I fall off, I'ma pick up where I lost it. Yeah.
And like I say, the other game in this group takes place tomorrow between Denmark and Belgium. Can Denmark recover from the shock of not only defeat to Finland in the first game, but also losing their star midfielder Christian Eriksen to that horrific injury, if you can call it injury, as the ball is played forward now by Golovin over the left-hand side. There's a chance here for the overlapping wing-back to get across it, play it back into their own half before going forward. It's a hopeful one, looking for the pace of Odjoev, who missed that first half chance when it was 0-0. He turns round and complains about the ball to Barinov, but it will be a goal kick to Finland now. There's been some good goals in this tournament so far. I don't think Miranchuk's goal was anything like as eye-catching as maybe the one scored by Patrick Schick, the second of his two against Scotland, which probably still is the outstanding finish of this tournament so far. But there has been some quality finishing so far in the competition. It's good to see the amount of goals that have been scored as well. It isn't just negative football that can sometimes occur in these big tournaments. I think the fact that UEFA have expanded it now to 24 teams perhaps helps on that regard, certainly in the group stages where teams really have to go for the wins if they want to get the group win and go through the latter stages. Teams like Finland, well, they can go through as third-place teams, and there's a chance here maybe to pinch the ball away for Robin Lod, and he tries to set Pukki on his way. Poyampalo breaks through, the ball takes a deflection off Divayev, and then Pukki and goes over the bar. Well, Pukki thinks that there might be a corner coming here, but I think the referee's given it as his shot that's gone over the bar rather than Divayev's clearance onto his boot. And even if it was Divayev's clearance onto his boot, then it will be a goal kick and not a corner. But Pukki got away from Divayev in terms of pace there. It needed a last-ditch slide from the defender to rectify the situation and stop the shot from going goal bounds, and testing Matvei Safonov, who's going to take this goal kick. Pumps it downfield, headed inside, and Russia now have a bit of space to operate in. Odjoev ferries it across to the right for Kanovayev, the substitute. He leaves it back to Odjoev again. He's been willing to put crosses in, Odjoev, but not this time. Perhaps been given a warning about being more patient by either his teammates or his coach during the interval. Kanovayev plays this one back to Barinov, and Russia again playing the patience game, go all the way back in defence to Divayev. And now Golovin. Risky ball, which doesn't come off for him, given away to Pukki. Poyampalo is up in support. We're waiting for others to join them now, as it's played back here to Lod. Back to Poyampalo on the right-hand side of the penalty. He tries to nutmeg Divayev. In fact, it was another player. It was Kuzyaev who defended well and got it away up to the halfway line. Finland win it back. And now have it with Glenn Kamara, 40 yards out. Russian players in front of him. So he just carries it over to the left. Looks for the support of Urunen, who thought about the cross but then didn't deliver. Goes back instead. Now the cross comes in towards central goal. Poyampalo rising. Ball comes off the top of his head and makes it an easy catch for Safonov. It's had little to do, in truth, for Matvei Safonov, coming in for only his second international appearance today. I think Finland would have wanted to have tested him more so far. Maybe they will when they step things up in this second period, but thus far he's not had a great deal to do. As Russia have it again. Laid back now to I think this is Golovin. Goes for a shot. Oh, it's just wide. Yeah, it was Golovin. Just seen the close-up of him as he just made a couple of yards on the inside of the defender. Struck a low, powerful shot that might have been tipped wide by goalkeeper Radetzky. Now the referee has given a goal kick. And Finland play it back to Lukas Radetzky now. So Finland rather messed up that to clear. Robin Schuller has knocked it out for a throw into Russia. And here they come with Golovin, edge of the box. Juba is not right in the middle of the penalty area as usually is. Golovin has it again. Back to Barinov, thought about the shot from range. Plays it short back into Odjoyev. That's a good ball, threading it through. Just too strong for the overlapping fullback Karavayev, but that was a nice play from Russia again. They're just starting to find the rhythm now. He was onside, Karavayev made a well-timed run, but the ball from Odjoyev had too much strength to it. Goal kick taken, and it falls to Kamara. Kamara wins a little duel in midfield and knocks it out to the left for Uranen. Gets it back again, Kamara. Turns it around the corner. It's a nice ball to Lod. Kamara again, finding Poyampalo, who's got in the penalty area. Pukki, chance to shoot here. Goes for goal, near post, and it's saved by Safanov. Well, that's the first time he's been worked, and it's Timo Pukki who's struck it fairly well there. Into the penalty, onto his right foot, left the defender on the ground before striking it low towards goal. But Safanov equal to it and got the rebound as well to avert any further danger. So Russia have it again. Going safely across the defensive line now is Georgi Jikaya. Now playing a ball into the feet of Miranchuk. Roman Zobnin knocks it across to Dmitry Baranov, and then out to the substitute Karavayev, Vyacheslav. And so far, Russia have had 8 total attempts, 2 of which have been on target. We've just seen Finland's first attempt on target, saved by Safanov, denying Timo Pukki. As Russia have it on the left now with Kujayev. Ball crossed in deep towards Artem Djuba. It's too strong for him, though, and goes behind for a goal kick. Well, early stages of the second half in St. Petersburg, where it's Finland 0, Russia 1. Finland fans trying to raise their side, and I think that was the word from the coach at half-time. He's trying to get them to be more positive in the second half. They have had a shot on target now. It came from Timo Pukki from just inside the penalty area, cutting in on his right foot, striking powerfully. It was saved by Matvei Safanov, and he gathered the rebound as well to prevent any tap-in from any following-up striker. But Russia still look the better side, to be honest, and we've seen an effort from Golovan just trickle wide. In fact, he didn't trickle, it actually fizzed wide as he made a half a yard for himself on the edge of the box and struck powerfully, but just away from the right-hand post of Lukas Radetzky's goal. But it's that first half goal from Alexei Miranchuk which separates the sides. It's still Finland 0, Russia 1. There's a foul on the far side now, which gives Finland a free kick. Free kick to the Finns, which has been pumped downfield, flicked on by Pukki, out to the right-hand side here, and breaking forward. It's a good chance here for Finland, into the penalty area, onto his left foot, going for goal, it's blocked. Couldn't quite see who it was, might have been Raital, who escaped the attentions of, or Robin Lod possibly. Camera's focusing, it's Robin Lod who had the shot, but it was blocked by Russian defenders, but just for a brief moment it opened up for him there. Russia got overcommitted, I think, on their left-hand side. So maybe still a bit of hope here for Finland. There's plenty of time left for them with over half an hour to go. They try and get it into the penalty area again here, but Russians Russians swirling around them there to prevent the cross from coming in. And it's still 1-0. So Russia knock it back now, out for a throw-in. Pukki was trying to defend from the front. It must have come off him last. It's a Russian throw. Eventually hooked down the line. Headed back in Schuller. Now Uranen's cross. Tries to pick out Poyampalo at the near post. Pukki also involved there. Nice little turn from the Norwich man to get half a yard of space. Plays it towards the edge of the box. He's got support here coming from Lod. Lod trying to switch feet, goes back to Kamara. Pressure from Finland now. Out to the right-hand side they are with it, with Raitala. His ball in towards the penalty area. It's headed away, and just away from Timo Pukki by a Russian defender who might have been being fouled. The referee is not given the free kick, though. I think it's going to be a throw-in after the hurried clearance. A throw-in taken by Finland quite quickly and finding Kamara. Urunen goes short towards Robin Lod. That's a better ball in from Robin Lod. Much better second half from him so far. But Russia scrape it away on the edge of the box. They knock it clear towards the halfway line. Flicked on by Juba. Doesn't reach Miranchuk nor Golovan, who Golovan does give chase all the way back to Lukas Radetzky, the Bayer Leverkusen keeper, under pressure but clearing to the halfway line. Sails over the head of Kamara. Flicked on by Poyampalo. Robin Lod in a more advanced position just beyond Timo Pukki, who's on the ball now. He's got support outside him from Raitala. Nico Raitala delivered a great cross for what we thought was the opening goal for Poyampalo, but that was disallowed for VAR. Or VAR spotted an offside, I should say. Seems like a long time ago now. Russia have been much the better team, but maybe the tide is turning here because Finland having a good spell. Their best spell in the game. Coming up to the hour mark, and it's still Finland 0, Russia 1. Arayuri knocks it back to O'Shaughnessy. And the big left-footed defender finally thought he found Pukki, but the pass was beyond him. So Russia collect, knock it back. And there's Raman Zobnin in midfield. Out to the right, Miranchuk. Lovely little ball across midfield now, finding Georgi Jikaya. He's just wandering around really looking for a pass and does eventually find Baranov. Down the line to Vyacheslav Karavayev. A challenge came in on Miranchuk as he was about to receive the ball. Finland pick it up. Fair tackle, said the referee. Kamara with a little lollipop and the ball outside to Urunen. Thought about the cross, but then they had support arriving from Kamara again towards the edge of the penalty area. Kamara trying to work something here. Tight area. It goes back to Urunen. Can he deliver first time? It's a decent ball towards the far post, and it's just beyond the dive of Poyampalo, but it will be picked up here by Raitala. Knocks it back, and Poyampalo's made a good run into the edge of the penalty area. He now plays it back in towards Pukki. Back to goal, tries to fashion a shot. Is blocked at close range, and Russia get it away. As there's a foul there by Rasmus Schuller. Might have been one of the defenders, Divayev. No, it was Miranchuk he hauled down, and he's fortunate to avoid a yellow card there. It was Poyampalo's shot on the turn, I should say, that was blocked, not Pukki's. Russia are going to make a change here. Cherchesov has seen enough. He's going to bring another sub on. And the play coming off is Magomed Odjoyev. Coming on is Rifat Zhimaletdinov. Zhimaletdinov for Odjoyev for Russia. I'll tell you a little bit about Rifat Zhimaletdinov. He's earning his fifth cap today, the Lokomotiv Moscow player. 24-year-old right winger mainly, so he's going to almost directly replace the player he's come on for, Odjoyev. No real need for a change in formation. Russia have it edge of the box now. Juba, a little back heel, and a chance for a right-footed shot. It's blocked, comes back here to the substitute, it goes for goal. In fact, it was Golovan who went for goal, and he got underneath it and went over the bar and behind for a goal kick. Well, midway through the second half now at St. Petersburg Stadium. It's still Finland 0, Russia 1, but Russia have just made another change. Rifat Zhimaletdinov has replaced who missed that first half opportunity. I think just fresh legs, but also they're going to stick with the same formation, I would think, as well. But Finland have had their best spell in the game during the second half. Robin Lod has been showing up very nicely indeed, pulling the strings. One such pass found Timo Pukki inside the penalty area, cut in on his right foot, and it was saved by Safanov. Also, there was an opportunity for Lod himself, but he cut in on his left foot, tried to bang it towards goal, but the defender's block kept that one out. And then just moments ago, Harlow with a shot inside the penalty area on the turn that was again blocked at close range. But the pressure is starting to be ramped up by Finland now. It's not just all defence as it was in the first half when they fell deeper and deeper and conceded the opening goal. The only goal of the game so far, of course, scored by Alexei Miranchuk. It remains Finland 0, Russia 1. Yeah, that's where we are after more than an hour of football in this one now. Zhimaleddinov has had his first touch, the substitute. As Finland just doing a bit of defending for the time being. And it's Russia just slowing the tempo down in this game. It's low tempo stuff at the moment. Not a great deal of action to report on. Russia on the offensive. Ball goes into the penalty area looking for Juba. He tries to hold off Urunen, but he's forced away from goal towards the corner flag. And then loses it in a tight area. Finland will break now from as the feet of Poyampalo. Nice layoff to the right, inviting Raitala forward. And now Lod, who's done well to link the forward line with the midfield in this second. In the first. But Russia have got behind the ball and have forced Finland backwards for the time being. Raitala. Back to Schiller. Raitala again. Lod. Simple pass back to Toivio. Ulla Toivio, the BK Häcken defender. Plays his football in Sweden. And he's been put under pressure now by Golovan, trying to close him down. And now it's fed up towards Raitala, but he's given it away this time. Russia pick it up in midfield, feed it towards Juba, laid off here. Miranchuk and Golovan close by. Golovan has it inside the penalty area on his right foot, sending it back for a shot from Kuduvayev. And they're trying to walk it in here with Miranchuk, but Finland get bodies in the way. But they're just being far too elaborate there, Russia, trying to walk the ball into the net when they need to be a bit more positive and go for a shot. Puki's lost it now, but he's being fouled. Wins a free kick from Rifat Zhimaleddinov, who was all over him, to be honest. But just for a moment, it looked like Russia were going to get that second goal. Perhaps if they'd taken the shot on a bit more sooner. But Finland able to block it, and they have the ball again now, the Finns. As Raitala knocks it forward to Lod, holds it off well, then loses it, but he was being fouled. Free kick to Finland. Jobnin was the man who was all over his back. Game getting a bit bitty now. Russia probably quite happy to make it that way because they lead 1-0, and it's a goal that could get them right back into this Euro 2020 championship. Ball's played back now to Safanov, who clears right-footed up towards the halfway line. Onto the chest of Jubu, collects well and lays it off really well now for Miranchuk. He's got a run ahead of him from Golovan. Golovan into the penalty area, goes for an early left-footed shot, and it's just dribbled wide of the far post. Oh, it might have been Rifat Zhimaleddinov who had the shot, actually, breaking across from the right to the left in front of Golovan. It was good pace from him, but his shot dragged wide of the far post with Hradetsky at full stretch. Would have been struggling to keep that one out had it been on target. It's gone just a yard wide. Chances still coming then on the counter-attack now for Russia. And I suppose that's good reading of the game from Cherchesov to bring on one of his pacier forwards in Rifat Zhimaleddinov to try and exploit that space that Finland will give them now as they try and squeeze into the Russians' half. 24 minutes to go. Get the feeling that this one won't finish 1-0, but the next goal will be absolutely crucial. If they score it, you think game over. Finland gets it, who knows what's possible for them. A draw would be a good result for Finland on the back of their win over Denmark. They go into the last game against Belgium, maybe just needing to keep the score down. I think they generally say that 3 points and a non-negative goal difference might be enough to get you through as a third-place team. And Rasmus Schuller has been replaced here by Joni Kauko. Joni Kauko on as a substitute for Schuller in the 67th minute. And he looks like A grizzled, gnarled veteran campaigner, Kauko, replacing the more fresher-faced Schiller, who was the overall replacement for Tim Sparv today. Not sure if Tim Sparv is 100% fit, or else he might have been the one to come on. But the coach has gone with Johnny Kauko, a now 30-year-old Esbjerg midfielder. Can Finland grab a goal to get back into this game? They knock it forward. It might break the way of Robin Lod here, edge of the penalty area. Kauko as well goes with an early left foot shot and he's skied it. Well, that's his first action in the game. Cut it back from his right to his left foot, maybe not his favoured side, but it opened up for that little chop, and then he hit it well away from target, not threatening at all. The goal of Matvei Safonov. What introduction to the game that was for Joni Kauko. Time is beginning to tick away, and Russia now starting to go into game management mode. There's a bit of time wasting here, it would appear, from Georgi Chikaya. I didn't see him get injured really in that last move, but he's down on the pitch receiving some treatment, so I think this is definitely in a bid to try and waste a few seconds. The referee's been pretty hot on any foul, but he might have to start pressing the Russians in particular, I would think, about time wasting now. Georgi Chikaya receiving his treatment. Finland 0, Russia 1 in Group B. Like I say, plenty more action to come today on this service. If you're enjoying our off-tube studio-based commentaries on the Euro 2020 finals, delayed of course a year, but we've seen some quality football played so far. Later today at 5 p.m, Turkey take on Wales in Baku, and then later in the evening in Rome, now the Olimpico once more. Italy, after their emphatic opening victory over Turkey, takes the field. They take on Switzerland. Beat Turkey 3-0. Switzerland, of course, got that 1-1 draw with Wales in that opening group game. Looks like, unsurprisingly, Georgi Chikaya is going to be okay to carry on. After that treatment, he had to go off the field, and he'll be allowed to come back on when the referee waves him on. As Juba now takes the ball down towards the left-hand corner flag, plays it inside. Miranchuk loses out on the edge of the box. Finland carry it away with Lod to Kamara. Kamara trying to stretch the defence with an early ball to Pukki. Pukki up against Baranov. Support comes from the wing-back cutting in. And here's the chance for Urunen to cross. Cuts inside himself back to Pukki. He was waiting for the ball. Couldn't take the shot. Twisting and turning on the edge of the box. And a chance now for Kamara to create something. Plenty of red shirts in the penalty area there for Russia. Cross does come in eventually. It's too high for Poyampalo. Might come out the other side. Will be collected by Raitala. Raitala waits for the defender to get near to him, then puts a left-footed ball in, which is headed away at the near post by Russia. Again, loose touch from Russia there, and Finland have another chance to put the ball in the box here from Robin Lod. And Raitala, who stayed out there, he just looked like a left-footed player, but can put good right-footed balls in himself, as he did with the one that we thought they'd scored from earlier. Raitala's right-footed cross this time is headed away by Divayev. Comes back on the edge of the area for Kamara. Kamara trying a little lollipop to get it onto his favoured right foot, but then gives the ball away, and Russia clear up towards the halfway line. Juba is giving chase, but he's got no chance of really outpacing any of the Finnish defenders, as captain Paulus Arajuri takes care of the situation and finds Toivio. Just wonder maybe whether Finland needs to have three centre-backs on the pitch at the moment, the way they're chasing the game. Maybe their coach could be a bit more adventurous with his substitutions. He's not really made any changes, apart from the one just a few minutes ago, to bring on Joni Kauko, who's involved in the game again now. And Kauko on the edge of the box. Nice turn from Poyampalo. Eventually it's cleared by Russia. And then flicked on by Juba towards Miranchuk. Bit of head tennis on the halfway line. Miranchuk gets it down, finds Juba in space, and there's a man steaming through the middle. It's Golovan if he can play it to him. Juba's delayed too long. Now he finds a teammate, and it's gone towards... Great save for Radetsky. He picks out, I think one of the defenders had come up there. No, it was Dala Kujayev, who's just been denied by Radetsky, but again, Russia on the counter-attack. Juba declined to play it to Golovan, which would have been the obvious pass. He played it back towards Kuzayev. He forced a great save from Radetsky to keep it 1-0. Tried to curl it between two defenders. Full stretch save from the keeper to ensure that it's not a second goal for Russia. Juba wants the ball in the air. He's motioning to the corner taker here, but he wants it on his head. Here comes the corner towards the far post, and Hradecki makes a good claim above his head to avert the danger. Less than 20 minutes to go then, and like I say, I do think this has got another goal in this game, at least one possibly. It's all about who scores it next. Finland pressing forward, making a few, well, should we say, they're gambling a little bit here, aren't they, with some of their calculated gambles of pushing up, leaving space in behind, and also committing numbers forward as well at times, which they weren't in the first half, but now they've got to. And Russia playing on the counter-attack. Finland knock it forward again, looking for Pukki. Divayev hooks it away and out for a throw. Kuzayev denied a minute ago. And now Russia try and move it forward again. Kamara has apparently handballed that one there. I think the referee spotted it, but Juba made sure he did with the appeal. It was hit into the hands of Kamara. I'm not sure what he can do about that, to be honest, but Juba made sure that his side got the free kick. 17 minutes to go then. Away for Finland here to strike back. Russia in possession. Carried over the halfway line with Jukaya rather. And now Kuzayev does a little pirouette, makes some space for Golovan, goes himself into the penalty area. Golovan feeds it to Miranchuk, weaving away on the edge of the box. Miranchuk plays it back to Golovan, who stayed onside. Left-footed ball played into the penalty area, cleared away by the Finnish defence, and then miscontrolled by Lod out for a Russian throw-in. This could be Russia's first win in the European Championships for some time. As we're going to see a double change now made by Finland. Coming off here is, I think it's Toivio. No, it's Raitala coming off. He's been replaced by Swari, or Soriri. And I think it might be Hamalainen who's coming on as the other replacement. No, Lapalainen, sorry. Lapalainen coming on for Timo Pukki. Lassi Lapalainen. So Timo Pukki's strength and energy is being saved up for another day, I think, here. Had an opportunity, didn't he, in this game? But it's the Montreal forward, Lassi Lapalainen, 22 years of age. Has yet to score for Finland in 7 appearances, but he's quite highly rated actually in Finland. Played for Bologna's youth team. Signed from HJK Helsinki as a kid, really. Things didn't work out for him in Serie A. He's now playing his trade in the MLS with Montreal. And he's on for Pukki, and probably the most significant change made by the Finnish coach so far. But it's still Miranchuk's first half goal which separates the sides. As Finland give away a free kick now for a foul on Georgi Jukaya, and the referee comes across again to the situation, frowns at Joel Poyampalo and doesn't award him a yellow card this time. You stretch him for the ball, just whack the shins of the defender. That's a painful one for Jukaya, and understandably he's going to need some treatment for that, so this one probably isn't any time wasting on the part of the Russians, who lead 1-0. So free kick then is going to be taken by well, I think they're going to allow Jukaya to take it, so he mustn't have had the treatment on the pitch. He's going to, well, he's played it back actually to Divayev, and now Baranov's been caught in possession by Lassi Lapalainen, but it spins off the Finnish substitute and goes out for a throw into Russia. Aim towards Juba and flick on half of his head and goes out for a finish throw. To rescue this game. That good save a few minutes ago to deny Kujaev. Finland lose it in midfield now as Russia scurry back. Miranchuk helping out his defence, and a lot of the game, what is clearly a very sapping day in St. Petersburg. Russia with Zobnin. Goalkeeper Safanov, who's pointed towards the right-hand side, and it's Kalavayev. Now to Zhemaletdinov. Kalavayev again. Russia just playing the possession proceedings, with Finland having been marginally second half, but probably Russia have had maybe even the better chances. They haven't finished them off. They haven't put Finland in their place just yet. Here's Juba trying to do something by the corner flag. Again, when you see Juba in those positions, you know that really it's time wasting more than getting that second goal they're more interested in. Here come Russia again with Golovan. To feed the pass through to Juba, but it's into. Easy ball finds O'Shaughnessy. Moves to the halfway line. And then it goes back into the feet of, I think that's Yoni Kauko. Now Toivio. Early ball up towards the substitute Lassi Lapalainen, but it's a poor touch from him. Russia try and break it forward, but again the mistakes keep coming, and it goes back to the goalkeeper. O'Shaughnessy will try again. Kauko lays it off to Kamara in midfield. Now Toivio, he's got one of the other substitutes out on the right hand side. This is Swari. Swari jinking in field. Now linking up with Lapalainen. Early cross goes in, knocked away by Russia at the near post. And they'll try and break now. Finland got midfielders back there though, but it's a lovely ball, slipping it through just on a over control from Miranchuk, and he could have been skiing his way through there, slalom his way through the Finnish defence. But then there's a referee says play on. Actually, it looked like a foul on a Finland player, but play carries on with a Russian player down. The Russians want the ball to be put out here, but Finland are not in a mind to do it. Uranen has it. He's just made the signal. He's got up now, so they will carry on here with Kamara. Back it goes. Trying to the left-hand side into the feet of Uranen, and then into the penalty area. Lapalainen. Can they get it towards Poyampalo, who's pulled away to the far post? Swari's there as well. It's gone towards Swari. Poyampalo makes that run towards the back post again. The opposite back post. Lollipop and a bit of skill. Knocks it back here. The cross goes in. It might fall to a Finland player. No, Russia get there first. Juba trying to make a use of himself. Bounces off one player and leaves him crashing on the ground. Can't see how that's going to be a foul by Juba, to be honest, because he was the one that has managed to stand up to what was a body check from Toivio, but the referee has blown the whistle, and I think it's going to be a free kick to Finland. Well, you can see it one or two ways. I thought from first evidence that it was Toivio that had crashed into Juba. To be fair, Juba had braced himself, and he was the one making the body check. The referee got it right. It should have been a free kick to Finland, which they've taken. But that one would certainly have taken the breath away from Una Toivio, coming into contact with Artem Juba like that, the big bruising striker. We're into the final 10 minutes in St. Petersburg. The hosts 1-0 up, as they have been since first half stoppage time. Alexei Miranchuk's lovely finish. The difference between the sides. Can Swari get a cross in from close to the byline? Yes, he can, but it's too close to the keeper, who gathers. I think the linesman had probably flagged anyway. So it's going to be either way, from the floor rather than from the hand. Oh no, the linesman had his flag up for offside. It's going to be a free kick, in fact, to Russia. Well, this will set them up nicely for their final group game, Russia. which is the one that, if they win it, they'll be heading towards the last 16. A draw might be good enough for them, although the fact that they were beaten 3-0 by Belgium in that opening group game means that goal difference-wise, still going to be -2, or 2 goals down on goal difference at the end of this game if it finishes 1-0, but there's still a bit of football to be played. 8 minutes, in fact. This one's flicked on down the left-hand side. Golovin gives chase, but the defender gets there first, knocks it back to Hradecki. Apart from that brilliant save he pulled off to deny Kujaev, he's not done a great deal in the second half. So for Finland, said that a couple of times, but it really is true that they can't afford to be cagey anymore as the ball's flicked on by Kauko towards Lapalainen, who tries to make something of it, but beaten by the rugged defender on that far side, who clears it up towards Juba. I think he was offside though when receiving it there, the Russian striker. So it's going to be a free kick to Finland, which they've played out to the right. Suari knocks it back to Toivio. He seems to have recovered from that body check from Juba a few minutes ago. Suari again, back to Toivio. Russia have closed off the flank on this side, really, and Toivio's given it away. So it fell for the trap there, really. Juba tries to flick it forward towards Miranchuk, nodded away by Finland. Now Kamara's got... Oh, the referee's blown up for a push. A push on Zobnin, and it's going to be a free kick. Foul by Joni Kauko. They're going to make another change here, Russia, and so too are Finland. Looks like a double change for Stanislav Cherchesov. Of course, he can make 5. And the first man coming on is Sobolev. He's going to replace Karavayev. So the replacement being replaced there, Vyacheslav Karavayev, who came on for Mario Fernandez after his back injury in the first half. He doesn't know where he can go off. He thought he could go off at any point, and now the referee told him he needs to go off near the halfway line. Or maybe he was confused, actually. I think he was confused by the number that went up. He thought it was him being replaced. Instead, I think it's the number 4 for Finland who's gone off, Una Toivio. Fredrik Jensen comes on for him, so it is a striker for a defender for Finland. The good news for Vyacheslav Karavayev is he's not going to be replaced, having come on as a sub. It was the wrong team's number that he saw go up there. It's Artem Juba coming off. So this is a defensive move now by the coach of, well, maybe not so defensive, he's bringing on number 9, Sobolev, for Juba, but it's fresher legs, similar type of striker. He's a big burly forward who'll dominate the aerial balls in the penalty area. Another one coming on for Russia now. The second change is Maxim Mukin for Alexei Miranchuk. The goal scorer goes off here with just over 5 minutes to go. 5 minutes for which Finland really do need to find a way through to get an equaliser now as Russia take the free kick, played up towards Sobolov, who tries to dominate in the air, but it's headed away by Finland for a throw. One of the spectators in the St. Petersburg Stadium leaving their seats early as they watch on anxiously, looking for their team to score their first European Championship win in a couple of tournaments. Really, they've been pretty poor across the last 2 editions, going back to I think, was it 20? I think it was 2012, wasn't it, when they had that good run? But those days long gone now. Ball thrown in. It might have been 2008, wasn't it? 2008 when they had that good run with a quality side that made it to the knockout rounds. So it's going to be a throw-in for Russia, aimed towards Sobolev. Over his head, though, straight through to goalkeeper Hradecki, who tries to hurry things up with the ball out quickly to one of the substitutes. Sari, though, has had to go back to his goalkeeper under pressure from Russia, who have gone into full press mode now. I suppose you can do that more without Juba on the field. Press and try and win the ball back inside the Finnish half. That's something that maybe Sobolov will offer a bit more of. The replacement here is Baranov down the left, so right, looking for Karavayev. But Finland cover the danger and kick it away. Deep into Russian territory. Now one of the other substitutes, Maxim Mukim. That's a good ball out to the left-hand side. Finds Kajayev. He's got an overlap here from Golovan. Golovan to the corner flag. Finished players in attendance. He goes back instead. And the cross comes in from Mukin. Deep one to the back post. Headed away by Finland. Might be collected here by Russia. Shot comes in. And it's an awkward one from Zhobnin, which he volleys over the bar. A few minutes to go then. Russia a bit more expansive with the passing, trying to really stretch Finland, but not able to work the goalkeeper there, as that shot flew over from Raman Zhobnin. Good header defensively there by Russia, and then it's collected by Kamara in midfield inside the centre circle, lays it off to Swari, the light but pacey looking winger, a wing back as he is today, and he tries to get something going here in close control with Lassi Lapalainen. It's going to be a free kick for a foul on Swari. So they've got a good set piece situation now. It's about 15 yards outside the penalty area, right side, and the referee's got his yellow card out again for a Russian defender. Is it going to be Georgi Chikaya? It is, who's shown the yellow card, the captain now after Juba went off. He's got the armband on. Georgi Chikaya, the fourth player yellow card in the game, third for Russia, I believe. It was a bone-crunching challenge on the substitute Swari. So here's the free kick then for Finland. This is going to be one of their last few opportunities as we enter the 89th minute. Robin Lodd stands over it, left-footed delivery coming up here. Russia holding a line on the edge of the penalty area. They got substitute Jensen at the far post as well, looking to get on the end of this one. It's gone in towards the 6-yard box. Headed up in the air. Jensen gets the header and he's put it just over the bar. Oh, it's Poyampalo, I beg your pardon. Sorry, it was Arayuri, the defender, who was up there. The blonde-haired defender, who's got the end on the end of the first contact and headed it up and over the crossbar. And that is not a great chance, but in terms of the time that remains, they might not get a better chance now, Finland, to score the equalising goal. Paulus Arayuri, a defender, up on the end of a set piece, trying to make his presence felt, but couldn't get the requisite power and direction on his header. Well, the Russian player goes down holding his head. It's Karavayev after a challenge from O'Shaughnessy. And that's going to be a free kick, I think, to Russia. O'Shaughnessy gets off with just the free kick and not a yellow card. Well, I think he might have used his elbow, which is what the referee spotted. I mean, he's used it as a lever. He's not swung it in the direction of Sobolev, but it's a painful one for the Russian replacement to take, as we saw a replay of the challenge just then. Entering the 90th minute now, and Russia almost home and dry with all 3 points from this must-not-lose fixture for them, having been well beaten by Belgium in the opening game, using home advantage to good effect in this one to probably get the 3 points. The referee is still not happy with Sobolev time-wasting on the ground, and the fact that the Russians still haven't taken this free kick yet. There will be a bit of stoppage time to add on. I'm sure our referee will be fully aware of that. Finland 0, Russia 1. The goal scored by Alexei Miranchuk in first half stoppage time. Lovely finish after good work from Artem Juba in the build-up. Daniel O'Shaughnessy has been yellow carded. The Finnish defender plays his football with HJK in Helsinki, and it was for the elbow as he tried to win the header over the top of substitute Sobolov, who's still down. So this is a bit of a concern for Russia. And he's being helped to his feet now, maybe a bit groggy. They are very careful with head injuries nowadays, aren't they? So I'm sure the doctor has done his tests. Sobolov has got some cotton wool up his nose, so obviously he felt the full force of O'Shaughnessy's accidental elbow on that header. We're going to see how many minutes the referee's going to add on now for stoppage time. As the free kick is taken, it's 5 minutes of stoppage time to be played here in St. Petersburg. Off-tube studio-based commentary on this Group B clash, which Russia lead 1-0. Free kick played into the channel, headed away by O'Shaughnessy, hooked clear by Kauko. It's going to drop near the halfway line. Russia win the next header. It's then sent forward, but gone all the way through to Herdetsky. He rolls it out. Kamara is the first receiver on the edge of his penalty area. He knocks it across to Swari, the substitute right-hand side. Lays it back towards Glenn Kamara. Had a very good season, didn't he, for Stephen Gerrard's Rangers side. Won the Scottish domestic title and also had a good run in the Europa League as well to the knockout rounds. I think it was the last 16 Rangers got to before exiting to Sparta Prague, or possibly even Slavia Prague it was actually. As the ball forward here by Russia, and they find Sobolov, who can turn and then lay it off to the left-hand side for Golovan. Golovan's got the support of Kuzayev just behind him. Kuzayev, good little move inside, coming to add some support to the attack. Feeds it out towards Golovan, who keeps it in by the corner flag left-hand side. Back towards Kuzayev in the penalty area. Can he cut it back here towards Sobolov, far post, who was looking for him before the defender O'Shaughnessy got in the way and knocked it out for a throw-in. Russia pushing for a second, trying to exploit any gaps in the Finnish defence, but O'Shaughnessy was ideally positioned to stop that ball from reaching Sobolov unmarked at the far post. 3 minutes of stoppage time to go. Russia about to celebrate their first European Championship win for quite a few tournaments, actually. And it won't be a stylish victory in any sense of the word, because they've had to really dig in this second half. They've had one or two opportunities to extend it to a 2-0 margin of victory, but haven't been clinical with their chances. And the last European Championship win came in 2012, as I thought, against the Czech Republic, but it was 2008 when they reached the latter stages before going down to Spain. I think it was the semi-finals that year. Spain eventually won it. But time is almost up now in this Group B contest. The rugged challenge near the halfway line goes unpunished by the referee as it's hooked forward towards Sobolov, gets the flick on. Kamara anticipated it first though and got there and knocked it forward, looking for one of his forwards, but it doesn't reach Poyampalo as it's knocked away by Georgi Jikaya. Back to Hradetsky, by a Leverkusen keeper with a long ball downfield, looking for Kauko to win the first contact. It's over his head and hooked away by Karavayev up towards Sobolov. Chests it down. It's a good ball to find Mukin, and then Sobolov again has a chance there to run the channel. He's got a man over if they couldn't quite get the pass right, and it's knocked away as far as Lassi Lapalainen. Lapalainen showing great pace here, but he's running down a bit of a cul-de-sac, waits for the support, and then tries another little dribble near the edge of the box, feeds it in towards Kauko. The ball doesn't break towards Poyampalo or Jensen, the two forwards he was looking for, and it runs dead behind. I think the goalkeeper let that one run behind, and that should be a goal kick. It is a goal kick, which has already been taken by Safanov. As we enter the final minute of stoppage time, Kuzayev had a chance to make it 2-0, couldn't convert, but it's not going to be costly, as Russia are going to keep a clean sheet here. They try and release Sobolov with a final pass. It doesn't quite come off for Zhimaletdinov, and it's through for a goal kick to Finland. Just tried to swerve that ball into Sobolov, who's rather ungainly gait, then didn't really help the way he went for that ball. Last ditch from Finland, aimed forward by Kamara towards Jensen, edge of the box. The referee keeps his whistle away from his lips here, as Finland are looking for any kind of decision on the edge of the box, but what's the referee get? He's given a foul and a free kick to Russia instead, I think, for a clash of heads. Or he's blown up for a clash of heads. Whether it's a free kick, I'm not quite sure. Accidental collision, I think, from Paulos Arayuri. Oh no, it wasn't, it's a foul. Arayuri on Baranov. So that probably is going to be enough to get Russia home and dry in this one now then. The celebrations are just seconds away, really, in St. Petersburg for this first win of the tournament for Russia. And Stanislav Cherchesov will feel as though it's been a hard-earned one as well. They've lost a player to injury. Mario Fernandez will have to find out how badly hurt he was to that back injury he sustained in the first half, but they've managed to cope without him. They got the goal in first half stoppage time, and they've done a good job of managing the situation and keeping Finland at bay in the second period. Only really one or two sort of half chances that Finland have been able to create. They don't look particularly entertaining side, Russia, but they look workmanlike, look like they can do a job, and they could well be a tough opponent on home soil in the second round of this competition. I don't think England are slated to face them at any stage. You never know when they might meet up with England in this tournament. The referee now waves the free kick to be taken, but I think We now played almost 7 minutes of stoppage time as opposed to the 5 that was initially signalled. There goes the free kick up into the Finnish half. Russia bring it down, and then the challenge goes in. The ball comes out for a throw-in. Everybody up now. Goalkeeper apart. They've all gone into the Russian half, and Kamara's going to have to deliver this ball. Now he's played it out to the left instead. The referee does blow the whistle. It's all over. Finland have been unable to back up their opening fixture win over Denmark. It's Russia who come away with the 3 points from St. Petersburg. A first half stoppage time goal from Alexei Miranchuk, the difference between the sides. So they're back in the tournament, Russia. Finland, though, still have work to do ahead of their final Group B fixture, which of course will be against Belgium. It's finished in St. Petersburg. Finland 0, Russia 1.
She got the